Start at the 25. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's Carr. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He can run for it, and he will. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Flushed out right. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Fitzgerald. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Screenplay, Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throws in to throw again. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it's Rosen. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Detroit! Out of the gun. Here's Josh Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Dawson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Washington. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Operating from the gun. Carr looking deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Seth Roberts, 76 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Rosen. And he's got Gresham. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 2nd down, Rosen. Buying time to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rosen. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket. And he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Here's Rosen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fitzgerald. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Rosen will throw. Step it, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Josh Rosen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. On first, here's Washington. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Roberts with it over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. You're mine. Get down.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost. in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Following a fumble recovery, it's Rosen. And the Raiders have got him. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Green, 39.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 3rd and long here for Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Down! 29! 29!
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Peterson. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Rosen now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, here's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They go to Johnson again. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
Zero.
He's going to get it running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Rosen. They'll roll him out right. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Josh Rosen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. The 20. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 39 that time. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
6:37.
On 1st and goal, Washington. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to roam now. And now look at him go. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. And he's able to find Wallace. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now it's Rosen looking. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Now Washington, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
6-18. Get down, get down. Lady. Hey, we got to get this stopped here,
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
6-18.
the gun, it's Carr. But it's brought in by Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
7:34. 7:34.
Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Down. 185.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Carr going to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr connects it to Roberts, right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
7:34. 6:37.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Get down. Get down. 180.
Carr going to throw. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
808. Down.
Carr going to look to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw is Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, It's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Oakland, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.